Hello and welcome to Wind Gap. My name is Cynthia. I'm with Cinderella Cells and the Living in Eastern PA channel, where we explore everything there is to know about living, working, and relocating here in Eastern PA. Wind Gap calls itself the gateway to the Poconos. And the reason is Wind Gap is located just off of Highway 33, which is a major north-south corridor running through Eastern PA. And this is really the last exit. The Wind Gap exit is the last exit that you could take before you cross over officially into the Pocono Mountains. This is a great location because you have all of the benefits of the mountains, the ski resorts and the hiking trails, the Appalachian Trail, and at the same time, you have easy access to anything that a city would provide. Wind Gap retains its small town feel. It is a small town. It has what I would consider a sister city. As a matter of fact, I was really confused the difference between Wind Gap, Pen Argyl, and then for all these years, I've also heard about Plainfield Township. And I'd ask various people about it. Where does Wind Gap end and Pen Argyl begin? And where does Plainfield Township play into all of this? And a lot of people couldn't answer me. So I asked a native, I asked a local, someone who has lived here his entire life. He told me that at one point, Pen Argyl and Wind Gap were very distinct and very separate. And while Plainfield Township may still fill in the gaps, Wind Gap and Pen Argyl have tended to grow together. So hence the confusion, and I don't mind now being so confused about it, that Wind Gap, Pen Argyl, and Plainfield Township, it is hard to tell where one ends and the next one begins.
Wind Gap Park is situated on approximately 25 acres and even includes a community garden. While older siblings are playing baseball or shooting some hoops, the younger ones can enjoy the fenced playground with slides, swings, climbing wall, and jungle gyms. It's also perfect to picnic here or rent an entire pavilion for a large gathering. During the warm summer nights, area residents and guests gather at the bandstand to enjoy concerts by local bands. The Fireman's Picnic, which is free to attend with a suggested donation to the fire company, is held here yearly. And then for over 30 years, Wind Gap has hosted Cruise to the Gap, a car show featuring hundreds of antique and custom cars from the last century. With activities and a flea market included, there's plenty to do and see. The big surprise each year is a special guest car like the Banana Car, a Monkeys-themed convertible, or the Dare to Be Bad Super Trike. The park sits in a quiet residential neighborhood surrounded by well-kept and established homes.
Okay, another small town, another band shell. So here we are, and I am afraid that locals are going to say, Pen Argyl is not a sister city of Wind Gap. But as you can see, maybe from some of my transition videos, you really do flow from one to the next. And so that's why all of this is going to be one video. However, again, with respect to locals, I want to give credit to those of you who are proud to be from Pen Argyl and those of you who claim Wind Gap. I am standing at Weona Park, and this is really a very lovely park as well, just like Wind Gap Park. It does have a band shell and it hosts concerts of local musicians and entertainers. They have a beautiful pavilion here. I'm going to show you everything. Beautiful pavilion. What looks like a concession stand. Of course, there is a playground for the kids and parks and picnic benches. I will say this about Weona Park. There used to be, and there might still be, a pool here, but I also know that that pool needed improvements And there was a budget crunch and there wasn't money to do that. And I believe that there was some kind of drive to raise money to refurbish the Weona Park pool. I honestly can't say that I know what happened, whether they raised enough funds to do that, whether the work has been done. I tend to think that it has not. I don't remember reading that those upgrades were completed. So there you go. I was about to walk around this yurt looking or multi-sided building and say, hey, someone local explain to me what this building is. And then I see this sign right here that says something about the Carousel. And I remember that Weona Park is home to something called a Dentzel Carousel, and they are characterized by stationary wooden animals. And this one has been here since 1923. That is over 100 years old. Pretty cool.
The carousel is in amazing shape and even features the fun game of pulling rings while sailing by and then tossing them into a receptacle as you pass by on your horse. Between this game and the unbeatable price of $1 a ride, this carousel harkens to bygone days. There is an equally well-kept miniature golf course that sits next to the carousel. The holes are old-fashioned wooden obstacles, but the fairways and greens are enhanced with some slopes and rough grass. It's a type of miniature golf course that young, teens, and adults can enjoy. And the rest. Several pavilions with picnic tables for groups seeking shade or avoiding a summer shower. A small playground and a picnic grove with tables and stone grills makes this a great spot for a picnic. The park has a little of everything, except a pool. If you are a generous donor looking for a place to make a community donation, I'm sure the residents and guests of Pen Argyl would welcome your donation.
I can't quite believe that I haven't brought this up yet. Wind Gap, Pen Argyl, Bangor are all considered the Slate Belt region of PA. Of course, that is because there was slate here. There still is slate here. And there used to be a lot of slate quarries. When we used slate as the primary material for roofing, there was a great demand for it. Now, of course, we use mostly asphalt on roofing shingles. But you still see a lot of slate roofs around here, and they last forever. And when I say forever, I mean like 100+ years. So if you were looking for a home and it had a slate roof, I would say do not be afraid of that slate roof. I think that finding someone to repair it can be challenging. Obviously, slate costs more than an asphalt shingle. They really do last 100, 150 years. I did not realize that they are still quarrying slate. There is at least one quarry nearby where they are quarrying slate, and they do actually use it on new construction. I thought that it would simply be for walkways or the occasional replacement for roofing, but there are builders that will put a slate roof on a new build. So interesting. But this is the Slate Belt region, and that is something that you hear a lot when we go to Bangor later today. Their high school mascot is the Slaters, and this is why.
The attractive and historic Pen Argyl Town Hall is located near Weona Park and houses the borough's government body, Public Works Department, and Zoning Office. Attached is the Lookout Fire Company and Banquet Hall. Hey, if you've made it this far, you must be enjoying the content. So I'm going to encourage you to hit the subscribe button or ring the bell so that you'll be notified when I drop new videos. We have a lot to cover here in the Living in Eastern PA channel, and I am looking forward
to being your guide, whether you're planning to move in 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 months. You can also visit my website at cinderellasells.com, send me an email at cynthia.bernsdorf@gmail.com, or book a call with me on the link below.
Also a hub of community activity is the Slate Belt YMCA. Completed in January 2015, this project involved the redevelopment of a former textile headquarters building into a health and wellness center and associated studio space that can be used for dance, gym, space, yoga, etc. This Y hosts a brand new indoor pool. It is part of the larger consortium called the Greater Valley Y, and membership at one location gives access to all 7 branches across the Lehigh Valley. St. Mary's Episcopal Church is a historic place of worship set in the middle of town. This architecturally beautiful stone building and grounds has stood at its current location in the heart of Wind Gap since 1914. Small local restaurants, retail, warehouses, recreation, and medical facilities are plentiful here, including the East Coast staple Dunkin' Donuts. And should you need to do your laundry while you're tanning, there is even a place for that. Access to the Appalachian Trail is on the north edge of Wind Gap. A segment from Wind Gap to Fox Gap includes a bit of a clamber up to Wolf Rocks, a great destination if you're in the mood for a substantial hike. According to Data USA, the most common employment sectors in Wind Gap and Pen Argyl are healthcare, manufacturing, retail trade, accommodation, and food services. Employment is growing as people discover the merits of working in these 2 enclaves situated between the north end of the Lehigh Valley and the Poconos. The median income is about $72,000, which is similar to the state's median. Both of these small towns boast populations of between 3,400 and 3,700 residents each. According to Rocket Homes in Pen Argyl, the median home price is $235,000, up 17% from last year. And in Wind Gap, it's up 27% to a median home price of $305,000. While the area is known for its historic architecture and scenic landscapes, and homes over 100 years old are common, there are newer homes coming to market every day. All students in public school attend the Pen Argyl School District, which has 3 schools and about 1,500 students in K through 12. I can attest that hometown pride is never more evident than in the fall, when the football team plays their rivals, the Bangor Slaters, and the town paints itself green and yellow in support of the Pen Argyl Green Knights.